Hi, and welcome to Origin of Concepts. And to all of you who have tuned into this channel just to find out what the tripod or cauldron from Greek mythology means. I don't think the average people are wandering around and think about tripods. But it's a great piece of Greek mythology, so I thought it was a good idea to show you the origins of the tripod. The Greek tripod myth is a sacred three-legged cauldron-topped stand at the Oracle of Delphi, where the Pythia priestess sat to deliver her prophecies. So it's basically a chair or a seat, so to speak. And where else do we find inspiration for a divine tripod other than in the Milky Way center? Yeah, exactly. So let's go to the Milky Way. The three legs is the three dark shadows surrounding the disk. So let me illustrate here. One leg, two leg, and three legs. The three dark shadows. And the cauldron, let me get another color here, is of course the area here surrounding the disk in the Milky Way center. Maybe I should draw it more like this, because it will make sense later. And it got lion horns on the feet, if you look here in the corner. And many thrones and many legged things got lion paws. So let me show you the lion paws. The lion paws is the silvery disc here. It's shadow, sorry, not disc. Here we got the lion paws. And it got the claws here. Is the stripes and the stripe shadow. So here you got the origin of the lion paws. And then it got the three rings on top of each leg, so to speak, upon the cauldron. And it can be visualized in two different ways. Let me explain. I'll find the color here. First of all, this is the only ring in the Milky Way center attached to each leg. So that could be the one reason. But there's also another. Because the stripe shadow here is also split up in pairs. So it makes up three rings, which is also used to visualize chain rings and stuff like that. So, but it's not important for me, if it's the one or the other. The important thing is that they got the inspiration from the Milky Way center. And there can be no doubt for that when you read the textures. And let me get into some key aspects of the textures to back it up. The Delphic Oracle. The tripod served as the seat for the Pythia, positioned over a fissure in the rock where she inhaled vapors, burned laurel leaves, and offered her prophecies. Okay. So let's start with the seat or the throne, which is the disk here, surrounded by the dark shadows here. So this is the seat of heaven, so to speak. And the fissure in the rock is the striped shadow here. And the vapors is of course the vapor here above the disk, the golden disk in the Milky Way center. The vapors the Pythia is inhaling are the cloudy area above the disk. And the entire Milky Way center looks like a giant mouth inhaling vapors. So let's illustrate that. I'll use this. So here we got the great mouth in the Milky Way center. And then we got the vapor here in the mouth. And the vapor is also the striped shadow here going into the mouth. So she is inhaling vapor, and in return she come with her prophecies. And the prophecies is of course, also the striped shadow, but the other direction. So in with the vapor and out with the prophecies. And the prophecies, is also known as the speech of God, which is manifested into the stone tablet here. The striped shadow with the texts. And this is story we can find many places around the world. So, okay. And then we also got some burnt laurel leaves. And the leaves is of course the stripes here in the striped shadow. But why are they burned? Or why is she burning them? Many using rituals, burning stuff, to get the spirit. And it's exactly what's happening, because you got the burning dish here, the spirit, and the light is running through the laurels and burn them. And we could go a step further and say that they were burned on the altar. So I think you got the point. All right. And the prophecies are the striped shadow coming out of the great mouth. Yeah. And then we also got one more clue here, because the tripod was on board the ship Argo, and with the Argonauts, also from Greek mythology. And Argo is a galea, or boat type, which means a dogfish with oars. And let's see if we can find the boat, because it's here. This is the Argo boat. And the striped shadows here is all the oars on the, what they call it? I call it galai, the Roman galai, or the Greek galai. But this is, galea. Okay, here it is. That's the oars of the galea. And then it's also related to a dogfish. And the Milky Way center here is also the big fish. Now I'll just make a fin here to illustrate. But this is also the big fish. And so on and so forth. And there is also a piece of speaking wood on the front of the Argo boat, which is of course also the striped shadow. But I'll get into that in a separate video of the Argonauts. This was just to learn you a little about the tripod here in the Milky Way center. So here it is. Okay, that's all for now, folks. I'm glad you tuned into this video, and until next video, take care. Bye.